Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. In this presentation, we're going to look at 7 secrets of a sound sleepology. Yes, indeed. A sound sleep is the beginning of a good day. So, if you want to have a good day to start with, you need to start with a sound sleep program. There are several aspects that relates to the sound sleep, and we're going to look at the benefits of sound sleep and then look at different things that we need to be focusing upon if we want to have a sound sleep. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about 7 secrets of a sound sleepology, starting with night routine, having regular sleeping hours, how many hours of sleep you need, and how you create your bedroom for a sound sleep situation, what are the things we need to avoid, how exercise helps, how to reduce our stress, and some of the things, do's and don'ts, including medications, over-the-counter and herbal supplements. So let us begin with the main feature presentation. First, we want to see how does sleep helps. Sleep helps us to let the body regenerate all the damaged tissue. Sleep helps us to reduce our mental stress. Sleep helps us to reduce our muscle weakness and fatigue. Sleep helps to repair the muscles that are over-exercised and damaged during the natural course of a day. It also helps us to physically feel better when we have a good sound sleep. Sleepology secret number 1. How much sleep do you need? It is important to understand how much sleep we need, because if we don't get adequate sleep, either we're going to be sleeping on the job or we're going to be sleeping on the road, both of which are dangerous to your future career and life. Number 1, if you are a child, you can spend 14 to 17 hours during sleep. A school-age child needs to have 9 to 10 hours of sleep. This is very important for parents to make sure that your child goes to bed early and gets up on a timely basis. For example, 9 o'clock and wake up at 6 o'clock. That will give them 9 hours of sleep, or maybe 7 o'clock. And for adults, 7 to 8 hours may be okay, but you hear some very active, high octane, high energy people who can sleep for 3-4 hours and continue to work for the next 20 hours without having to have any kind of a break. But that is unusual, because a lot of times when people sleep for short durations in the night, end up sleeping during daytime and on the job, which may not be beneficial. So you need to make sure that you go to bed early and you get enough sleep. That's step number 1. Now let's look at step number 2, which is a very important topic I want to talk about, because this is where your real sleep is going to be determined, whether you're going to have a sound sleep or not. And this also applies to not only in your bedroom, but also when you travel. How do you change the ambience in a hotel room when you are traveling? So we're going to talk about all those things. First of all, having light here, having a light coming through the window, this is a no-no if you want to have a good sound sleep. The room should be almost dark, not to the dark to a point where you will trip and fall and break your bones, but dark enough so that at least you have maybe a night light in the restroom or distantly, so that you can still get around if you have to get up in the middle of the night to use the restroom. Number 2, the temperature in the room is exceedingly important. If it's hot, you'll be tossing and turning, you'll be sweating, and you won't be able to sleep. So you need to keep the temperature between 65 and 69 degrees if possible, if you can tolerate it. You can always cover with blankets as necessary, and if you have a bald head like me, you can put on a little ski cap and then have a comfortable sleep. Sometimes it helps to have a fan circulating at a slow motion that helps to circulate the air and keeps the room cooler. So it is important to make sure that your bedroom is as fit as yourself for sleeping and having a good night's sleep of at least 7 to 8 hours. And for older people, it is not unusual for them to get up in the middle of the night and use the restroom, and you have to take care of that into account. And also, when you come back, make sure that the ambience in the room is same so that you can sleep. So we talked about light, we talked about temperature. Now let's talk about noise. If you have a big fan blowing outside your bedroom, that can be a distraction. Or if you have some teenagers playing loud music, that can be a distraction. And that is something we want to avoid so that we can focus on just slowly relaxing and drifting into a quiet sleep. Sleepology secret number 3, stimulants. These are dangerous things when it comes to sleep. And here is a little list of things that we need to avoid. Caffeine, tea, alcohol, chocolate, anything that stimulates your brain, anything that keeps you awake. Some people are so stressed, they keep coffee awake. But there are times when you are so stressed and you try to drink coffee to overcome your stress, and that's going to compound your problem of not being able to sleep. And when you can't sleep, you're going to be tired in the morning, and the whole cycle repeats over and over again. So let's look at these things. Coffee. You should avoid coffee 10 hours before you go to sleep. If you go to bed at 9 o'clock, that means somewhere around like 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock is the last time you want to have a coffee. If you're having a coffee around 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the night, that's going to interfere with your sleep. And what about drinking water or any other type of drink? They say 3 hours before sleep, don't drink any water. And this is especially true for seniors who have to use the restroom several times during the night. The more you drink, the more trips you're going to be making, and there's going to be more disruption to your sleep. So avoid drinking any fluids 3 hours before you go to bed. 2 hours before you go to bed, you need to turn off your home office. Your bedroom should not be a place for your home office. It should not be a place for you to answer your phone calls, check on your emails, and all kinds of things that people do. But that's not going to help you because it is not preparing you for the sleep. Electronic devices. I have a separate step for the electronic devices, which I will come to, and that is a no-no if you are trying to sleep. Let's say you have an alarm set at 7 o'clock and the alarm goes tring, 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 tring. You say, shut up. Shut it up. 10 minutes later, shut it up. That's not going to help because you are not only not sleeping, but you're also wasting your time in preparation for the wonderful day ahead of you. Okay, sleepology number secret 4. LED screens. I told you I'm going to have a separate one for the LED screens. Are horrible. These are daylight LED screens which are meant to replicate daylight. Daylight suppresses the release of melatonin, which is a hormone that helps us to drift into a state of tranquility and slowly go into the sleep. And if you have your LED screens, you're constantly stimulating your eyes and your brain to say, hey, this is daytime, this is daytime. It's 11:30 in the night, but it is daytime for your eyes and brain, so it's never going to prepare itself for sleep. So avoid bright lights, especially daylight LED lights like 5600 kelvins. I would dismantle all those kinds of lights and just turn off the electronic devices altogether. And one of the things you need to do is, especially along with the lights, you have this music or some conversations going on, and you get entangled with these conversations. You keep flipping, especially all these shorts and reels and all kinds of stuff. You keep flipping before you know you spend 2 hours on those things. So that's why these electronic devices are addictive. They are counterproductive. They won't help you to regenerate and recuperate from your fatigue from the all day's work. So I would say electronic devices should be off for a couple of hours before you get to bed. If you get to bed at 9 o'clock, by 7 o'clock, all these electronic devices must be retired. And there are some sleep aids which we can use. I'm going to talk about that in a separate section. And if it's light in the room, or if you're in a hotel room where you can't avoid the bright light coming through the window, even by closing the curtain, you can use some devices to cover your eyes so that at least you can partially cut down the amount of light that is hitting your eyes. And here's an example of a no-no for a bedroom if you're trying to get some sleep. Look at the bright sunshine coming through the windows, and this is not going to help you. Plus the light being on here, this is not going to help you to get a good sleep. Power naps. What do you say about power naps? Power naps are fine, but as long as they are very short duration, like 15-20 minutes, and they are during the early part of the day before like 2 or 3 o'clock. If you do power naps up to 5 or 6 o'clock in the night, I can guarantee you won't be able to sleep till 12, 1 o'clock, and the vicious cycle becomes a big headache. Sleepology secret number 5. Number 1, exercise. Exercise has been found to have so many benefits, and one of them is having a sound sleep. When you exercise, especially in the evening, you get tired, you're exhausted, but at the same time your body releases endorphins, which makes you feel high. It gives you a sensation of highness and also a sensation of pleasantness because you have accomplished something. And when you have exercise, as I said, it helps you to sleep better. So exercise helps you to lose weight, exercise helps you to stay fit, it helps you to have good sleep. So make it a routine to exercise, even just inside your house. You can walk around the house several times and cover so many steps, which will definitely help you to get your exercise. Secret number 6. What about prescription drugs for sleep, or over-the-counter drugs, or herbal supplements? Remember, all drugs have side effects. As a doctor, I just have to plug this one disclaimer: all drugs have side effects. So you need to weigh the advantages versus the disadvantages. If the prescription drugs are used, at least your doctor knows there's no interaction with the prescription drugs with all the other medications you're taking for your diabetes, for your high blood pressure, for your cholesterol, for your arthritis, and all these medications can make a huge difference when it comes to interaction. And if you take over-the-counter medications, you have no clue whether, first of all, they work, whether they are effective as they say on the bottle. Number 3, what are the side effects? That's why I think you're better off to use natural means of going to sleep than using these medications on which people get hooked. People get hooked on 5 milligrams of melatonin and they keep going up, and next thing you know, they can't go to sleep. We talked about the alarm issue. Okay, here are the prescriptions. The first thing I would think about is what is the safetyness of these medications in combination with all the prescription medicines you're taking. Best thing is, but your doctors are not going to tell you about your natural supplements when it comes to sleep medications or vitamins or herbals or whatever you like. And talking about herbals, there are all kinds of herbals that have been recommended for sleep. Your guess is as good as mine. You can try it. If it helps you, which is fine. If it doesn't help, don't waste your time and money because they are not going to help you accomplish what you want to do. Secret number 7 is using meditation, relaxation, soft, gentle, classical music, or instrumental music, or meditation music during sleep so that it helps you to kind of relax, bring your heart rate down, bring your blood pressure down, and that will help you to drift into your sleep. This is a great way. I do it many times. I put on Indian Hindustani classical music just before I go to sleep because usually it's on an iPad and it just shuts off after 20 minutes and I don't even know when it shuts off, but I would be already asleep, so it doesn't make difference to me how long it goes on, but it certainly helps me to sleep. So that is secret number 7, and I said I was going to give you a bonus tip, and let's talk about the bonus tip. The bonus tip is when you travel, there are some things that you may carry with you in order to avoid some of the things that you just cannot avoid. For example, light. Usually the planes, they turn off the lights, especially in the night hours when you are supposed to get some sleep. And if there's still some light, you can use iPads like this. And definitely the noise. The jet noise is something we obviously can't avoid, but using noise cancelling headphones may help to mute the jet noise, and it helps you. And also resting your neck comfortably will help to relax your neck muscles and help you to go to sleep. And when you combine that with this music, relaxation music, hopefully you have a much better chance of sleeping or even taking a nap through a mid-afternoon flight if you're trying to get to a new place. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick synopsis of the 7 secrets of a sound sleepology. I hope this has been useful to you. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next presentation. Thank you so much for watching.